are officially recording this session today with Right at Home Realty, one of the largest real estate organizations in Canada. And one of the first things I wanted to start with, I'm Gary Nuska with ICIWorld. We've been on the internet for 27 years. I'm a broker, been a broker for over 45 years, and since 1994, I guess 47 years. And we've developed and been working hard since 1994. That's literally 27 years on the internet, developing these services to help brokers make money. And we've got brokers making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even brokers have made over $1 million. We've done deals now that are over $50 million, higher than real estate boards. But the beauty of our service is that it fills the gaps in the marketplace that real estate boards do not or cannot provide. For instance, everyone can put a listing on a real estate board if you have a signed listing, but if you don't have a signed listing, we're going to talk about that today, how you can be making a lot of money working information, because this is the information age. Business is moving at the speed of thought, and we're going to be covering that. Very important today. You can make a lot of money, read the testimonials, and today we're going to show you how you can be working exclusive information to make money, and the tools of the internet that everyone's missing right now that you could get working for you. And we're going to do that all within 55 minutes, I hope. Here we go. Jeff Bezos from Amazon, he's mentioned that he's scrapped PowerPoint in his company. He does what is called a 6-page narrative memo. It's a review before the meeting. Same thing with Jack Dorsey. He believes in silent meetings. They read a Google document 10 minutes before the meeting. Elon Musk, he doesn't want to waste time on stuff that doesn't actually make money. And one second. And he says Jeff Bezos says it's important to make high quality, high velocity decisions. And that's because speed matters in business. And most decisions probably should be made with somewhere around 70% of the information that you have. And if you wait for 90%, in most cases, you're probably being slow. Now, in fact, when you make a decision, a right decision, it can actually be less important than making one quickly, according to Bezos, because many decisions are reversible. In other words, there's two-way doors for those. So what if you're wrong? I know myself personally, when I buy something, I might buy it at Best Buy, because if I make a wrong decision right away, I can always take it back. And that's the kind of thing, decisions you want to make. You want to kind of get going and have an opportunity to kind of do things. Now, you need to be good at quickly correcting a bad decision. And if you're good at course correcting, being wrong may be less costly than you think, whereas being slow is going to be very expensive for sure. So the instruction today is to take 10 minutes of your time. And I'm going to suggest not only do you take 10 minutes of this meeting that you're in right now to review these following links on your other mobile devices. So in other words, while you're listening to me, you're going to start doing two things at once. You're going to be listening to the presentation as we go along. But if you can all get your mobile devices and put them in your hand, your phones. If you're using your phone and you don't have a laptop, then you've just got the one device and that's it. If you know how to switch between windows, great. If you only have one laptop in front of you and no other mobile devices and iPads and netbooks and all these other things, then you can use you can switch between tabs as long as you know how to come back to the meeting. So if the meeting, by the way, ever goes black, that's my fault because I've done something on my end. We did have a technical issue at the end of last meeting where I ran a poll and I had a technical issue where I couldn't change it and I was stuck. And the only thing was, I did not stop the poll. That was the reason for that issue. So in other words, we too are on the cutting edge of technology, learning how to use all this technology and the tools and the software. And it just gets, there's so much to it. You kind of got to go one step at a time to try to get through it all. But the free.iciworld.com, that is what we are covering today. If you can all go to that document, free.iciworld.com, for the next while, I think maybe for the next few months, we're going to be concentrating on that document, where if everyone can go there, the subject of our session today includes all the education around these tools. Now, the nice thing about everything we're doing today, everything is absolutely free. What we're doing today, we have 10 free services that are there as well. And there is no charge for anything here unless you wish to place information and you wish to have all the listings of the world on your website from all the other brokers. Other than that, everything's free. And I'm going to be showing you today, and I might get into it real quickly, doing a quick recap on what we did last Monday, but I want to move on to a number of different things that we did not cover last Monday. But you can review. For instance, you'll see if there's a buyer on ICIWorld, why don't you try to find what that buyer is looking for in your area? So if you know that there's a buyer looking for a restaurant, a hotel, a motel, a gas station, a pharmacy, a daycare center, anything at all, and you know what those buyers are, then you can find them in your area, call the other broker back, make an appointment, cover yourself with a showing, go show it and make $50,000. How can that be done today before 5 o'clock? By every one of you attending this meeting. I'm going to show you, and then you can agree or disagree. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can close this window now. I'll come back to it later. But any meetings that we have, you should be reviewing throughout the meeting, free.iciworld.com. That's the most important one, because these other ones will be included in that one. But if you have extra time, you can review some of these other ones ahead of time. So before our meetings, we want everyone to review free.iciworld.com, and that'll take you to a blog page on ICIWorld. And I think I'll do that right now. Let's go to a blog page on ICIWorld. Here we go. It's ils.realestate is the website address. You can mark that down on a separate sheet of paper. We have over 20 major world websites. You know, I was thinking about it the other day, and it's like Golf Links. Golf Links is a business that operates golf courses. And they have golf courses all over Canada, all over the world. And we are like many, many golf courses, many, many websites, all owned by one association of realtors, and that happens to be, the Association of Real Estate Brokers and Salespeople, who the majority are all realtors. And the ICIWorld.com powers all these other various websites. So if you're wondering what all these websites are, they're like different places to play golf. They're like different places to add your haves and wants. They're different places to search. And on every single website that you will visit, if I clicked on search, you will see these 4 choices: commercial, business opportunities, residential, and FSBOs. But I wanted to go to what we're covering today, and it happens to be in this blog that I'm clicking on. And when I click on the blog, up comes a page of some of the blogs. And by the way, I'll mention this one lady here. She is the president and chief operating officer of the owners of Landlords and Tenants organization with thousands of people. She runs a major Facebook site. And there are so many people today suffering from renting out apartments and the troubles that they're having with tenants. She is the solution to that. She has so much knowledge to kind of help you solve issues. I'm going to suggest that you follow up on this particular blog right here with her and ask her about how she can help you. Now, the beautiful thing about when anyone helps you, they're actually helping all of your customers and your prospects and your clients, because you want to help all your customers and clients to be successful in real estate. If they're unsuccessful by having a bad tenant, they're going to get fed up and say, I don't want to do this anymore. But if you can show them how to manage real estate from day one, that's the key. You can have a car outside your door, a beautiful brand new car, but it won't go without the key. The key is management for apartment buildings and renting out things. And she will help you with that key to make sure that real estate kind of runs good and smooth. And she's got little courses that she runs, very reasonable. I'm going to go back to this list of 10 free services here. And we've gone through some of these already on Monday. And the first one, though, that I wanted to just review very quickly that can help you make a lot of money is when you click on any of our search programs, which is whether it's their websites or you got the app, the ICIWorld app on your phone. If you don't, write it down on pad of paper, you can install it later. It's called ICIWorld. You can install it later. And when you go, I'm going to suggest whether you're residential or commercial, most people here today would like to do both that I see. And I'm going to click on the business one here. And I'm going to do one change. I'm going to change this to a want. I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to do a search, and you can do this on your phone. You can do this while you're waiting for a cup of coffee at Tim Hortons. And you're going to see all the wants that are on here. And you're going to say, how can I make $50,000 with that? Think about it. Think about it. I've got one right here. This one here, this pharmacy. See that one there? I'm going to click on it. And there it is. There's a broker that works for Remax. Okay. She has a buyer that's looking for a pharmacy. She knows how to sell pharmacies. You might be a residential agent, but do you ever go into a pharmacy? We pretty well all do at one time or another. If you go into a pharmacy, could you, if you wanted to, ask to speak to the owner? Of course. And if the owner is not there, you leave your card, ask them to call you back. I know one thing, that every one of you will stay with it until you get to speak to that owner. And then you ask them, introduce yourself. I'm in real estate. May I ask you a business question? And they'll say, sure. And then you ask them, if I could get you the price you wanted for your pharmacy, would you consider selling? Now I'm asking every one of you, and I'm going to see there's a question mark in the chat window up above. I would like you all to answer, could you ask that question to a pharmacist before 5 o'clock today? If I could get you the price you wanted for your pharmacy, would you consider selling? Could you all do that today before 5 o'clock if you wanted to? Could you try to answer? You might have to hit the question mark, or it says ask a question. You can just fill in yes or no there. It's another way to make sure that the software is working too, people. And I'm just waiting for your answers to come through here. Could you answer yes or no? The question is, could you ask, if you went to a pharmacy today before 5 o'clock, could you ask to speak to the pharmacist? And if the owner comes over and he's the owner of the pharmacy, could you ask him a question? If I could get you the price you wanted, would you consider selling? Could you do that today before 5 o'clock? So I'm waiting for you to answer. Go to the questions pane. The questions pane, and maybe people can't seem to find it. So there's the issue. People can't find the questions. Oh, there we go. That was me. I didn't pop up the, oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't pop up the questions thank you for the person that helped me with that. I'm learning software too as you go along here. And I want to thank you all so much for helping me to help you. There's things that we're learning here as we go along as well. So we use Zoom and we're using all the programs in the market. But when you're running these things, there's a lot more things to think about. And thank you so much, people. So the answer is yes. Yes, can you imagine that? The pharmacist today before 5 o'clock, answer is yes. And you say, oh my God, he would be interested in selling. And you know that there's a buyer here for pharmacy. Are there any other buyers for pharmacies? I'm going to show you how fast you can find them. You go to the keyword up here. There's a lot of things to learn here, people. This is like a gold mine, an absolute gold mine. But you have to dig through the dirt to get to the gold sometimes. So you dig through, you find the word pharmacy, you leave it on the want, and I'm going to expand it to 1 year here. That means that the listing is up to 1 year old. And the reason we do that is because the buyers are always looking, even from 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago. They're still looking. You'll be surprised just from experience of doing this. I am an assistant that helps brokers and salespeople for the last 25 years. I appreciate the opportunity to be of service to each and every one of you. And I actually can help you one-on-one in our little go-to-meeting sessions. You make an appointment on the front page of our website called ICIWorld.com. You make an appointment, and I'm actually your assistant. I'll take a little bit of leadership there because I've been working with brokers every hour on the hour for the last 25 years, and we've learned how to nail this down as a science. We literally, 1 60-minute session, you can be totally up and running and going, placing your haves and wants. I'm going to search, bingo. And when I click on search, I click on the OK, you're going to see that there are 10 buyers of pharmacies here. It's not just one, it's more than one. So that means that you have an opportunity to sell that pharmacy, but how do you do it? That's the subject of today's session. How do you handle it? Well, I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell. And the reason is that we're not going to go over it in detail because we did it on Monday. On Monday, I recorded the session and then I uploaded it to YouTube. Now, I can't remember the address at YouTube, but I can remember our YouTube channel, and I'm going to show you what it is. ICIWorld.tv. Can you mark that down? Now, I've given a job to our program, or one of our technical support people, and she hasn't done it yet, but it's going to take a link and it'll take you right there. But right in the meantime, there's a link here while this is under construction, because we've got, tell you the truth, we've got over 100 domain names that we're rolling out to the industry, all to promote your listings and what it is that you do, your haves and wants. And they're all powered by ICIWorld. So when you're a member, your information will be propagated on all these other websites. You just have to join here once and it's going to be on all these other websites. I'm going to click on this ICIWorld educational YouTube channel, and it does take us right to the channel. When we get here, you'll see that the seminar that we had on Monday, here it is here, webinar, right at home realty. You can listen to that on your own time. Now I put that up this morning, just myself. It looks like there's 4 people that have already viewed it already. So this shows you that this is live and working and well, and you can read some of these other webinars on your own time, how to search and other recordings that you see here that we're trying to help the industry take advantage of all these information services that are going on here. So now the pharmacist says, sure, I'll sell it. You bring me in $1.2 million and I'll sell it today. Bingo, what do you do? I'm not going to stay here asking for answers like I did on Monday and get some good answers. There was very good answers, but I'm going to give it to you right now in a nutshell. You should ask that person 3 questions. And I'm going to go over it so fast you won't be able to write it down, but you can go back to the webinar on YouTube, play it, and then snap a picture of the 3 questions when they come on the screen. You ask them, will you pay a commission if I bring you a buyer? No broker has a problem with that in the last 25 years. So I'm going to move right on to the second question. Will you cover me with a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? This is a verbal request because the owner has said, I don't want to give you a listing. Many people will say, bring me in $1 million for my residential property, my commercial property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission. That is information in the business. Broker Bay does not do this. They say they have exclusive listings. They have an internal MLS is what I'm calling it, because it's within their own company. It's not publicized to the public. The public can't see those things. Here, the public can see you when you post your information. Secondly, we can network verbal information as long as you never place an address. According to RICO, you must have the consent of the owner in writing if you're going to give an address of a property for sale, or if you're going to divulge or identify the location of that property, you must have the consent of the owner in writing. I should know, I've been a realtor broker for 47 years. We've been doing this for the last 25 years, everything that I'm sharing with you right now. You can network information. If you do not put an address in an ad, you're networking information. If you put an address in an ad, you're advertising. Okay, so there's a distinct difference that we're saying here, and sometimes there's a misunderstanding. The point is that if you ask that owner, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? They are more likely to say yes than ever. They just don't want to give you a listing right now. They don't want to put it on MLS right now. They don't want everybody to know, not even his employees. It could be bad for business. If it's a restaurant owner, it could be bad for business. The employees might start leaving. They think, oh, there's going to be a new buyer, or maybe there's something wrong in the kitchen. And then there's other reasons, competitive point of view. If somebody has a hotel, you can ask, you can be a resident, as long as you have a license to trade in real estate. You can go into a Comfort Inn someday when we all get back to normal, I certainly hope, and we are. You can ask to speak to the owner. And a lot of times they're at the front desk or they're in the office, especially in today's day and age where they're trying to cut costs and everything else. They're all suffering. You can help them. You can go in and ask the owner of a Comfort Inn today, and watch this. I'm going to change this to a hotel. Residential agents, stay with me. I'm going to show you how you can make money here by doing referrals to somebody that will sell it. You don't have to sell it if you don't want to. You talk to your manager, who's the best person that maybe helps sell that property, and get a 25% referral fee that can make you $10,000, $20,000. The average is $3,000 to $10,000. Let's move forward. If I'm going too fast, you can go take in our webinars, which you can catch on our channel called, and you can mark this down, stage.iciworld.com. We are running 3 webinars a week, Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock, Tuesdays and Saturday mornings at 10:30, if you wish to cover this again or to review it. If you miss the 3 questions, if I'm talking to you personally, we get back to Realtor Quest and you come up to our counter, which we have one of the busiest booths at Realtor Quest, which is the largest trade show, one of the largest, it's the largest trade show in Canada, #1, of course, with Treb having 44,000 members or thereabouts. And then the trade shows are fantastic. You get to network with people and all our members come by our booth. We have one of the busiest booths at the show, and you'll learn later because we have websites that are more, we say, are more powerful than a $30,000 website for $16.50 a month. Okay, it's very, very busy. And so what I'm trying to get at is I'll ask you, what are the 3 questions? And the third question is, you ask the owner for permission to market the property, but you're going to do it without the address. And then if they say, okay, you bring me in $4 million for my hotel, I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for buyers of hotels, and look at that. Look at all the buyers of hotels. You don't personally have them, but now you do. Now you know about them. Now you know that there's a buyer for all of this stuff. These are all less than 90 days old, people. These are all less than 90 days old. This is fresh, hot. This is like a hot sheet. You know, in 1975 to 1985, I used to sit in my car filing in a little filing cabinet, filing all the TILAs, all the little, tearing up the sheets and filing them by address, so that someday when I'm driving people around in a car showing properties, all of a sudden they say, oh, how much is that house? I can go to my little filing cabinet and go and look up by alphabetical order and pull it out and tell them the information. And today we have websites that do that. We supply 2 levels of websites, one that's $16.50 a month, another one that's $34.50 a month. And in each cases, you can just click one button on the website, and I'm going to do it here. In fact, watch this. I'm going to click on somebody's website right here. You can see some of these income, not income, but I mean websites. This one is from Income. They're all different websites. That's a point 2. We got Web4 Realty. We got all kinds of websites that are coming up here. And all of these websites have a special button here called exclusive, which you can search. But it also has, now I'm going to do my personal website. I have a reason, because I know that I've got the API working. Anybody who is listening to this session that has an Income website and doesn't have the API working, you should get a hold of them and get it fixed. I'm going to show you how exciting, how wonderful, how terrific it is, and how important it is for you to have it. I'm going to click on search, just like that. I didn't choose anything. Up comes the map. If you don't get the map, click on the map and get it working. There's a map and list over here. I'm moving my mouse around. Okay, now you'll notice that I don't even know where all this stuff is, but what I'm going to do is the 4th button down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to click on show my location. I'm going to click on it. Let's see if it's going to work. Cannot access your location. And all of a sudden it said it does access the location. Guess what, people? This is Hidden Valley. I'm in Huntsville. I'm actually in one of these condos in Huntsville right now on the lake. This is sort of like our second home. And there's only 2 of us here. We haven't talked to anybody coming up, anybody going back, or anybody while we're here. We're just the 2 of us. And that's where we are. If you were to click on 6 down here, this is where we are right now. We're on this lake right now. Okay, so you can see people can click on that. And so no matter where a person is, this happens to be where we are right now. That's actually our pool. I'll be son of a gun. So 25 Penn Lake Road, there it is. Okay, so what I'm getting at is that people can do that on their phone. So they can have your website on their mobile phone, press on the button, and if the property's on MLS, it comes up. It's fabulous. It's just like realtor.ca, homes near me. This is wonderful because now you can have it on your website. People, and if they see your website here, they can go over here and see your picture. We'll help you set this all up. They'll see your picture. There's thousands and thousands of people, brokers that have this now, and they set this up here, and bingo, there's the telephone number, and they say, I'd like to make an appointment to go see this property. Can you help me? And that's what it's all about, is you want to get them to put your mobile website on their phone as a shortcut. I will show you how to do that in a one-on-one session whenever you wish. Or you can not Google it, go to YouTube and type in how to add a shortcut to my mobile phone. And people, you got to start with putting your website on your own mobile phone, but you have to learn it for 2 devices. You have to learn it for Androids and you have to learn it for iPhones. And you might say, oh my God, but guess what? If you can drive a car, you can do it. Now, I don't know if somebody's asking a question here. No. Okay. Maybe I'm just going to go to questions in case somebody is asking questions here. You need a commercial license to do this. The answer is no. As long as you have a real estate license to trade in real estate, you can sell real estate in Ontario. You can sell commercial real estate. However, you might not be competent yourself to do it, but you can receive a commission. What we recommend is you ask a commercial broker, you can ask one of the members, and split the commission on your first deal. Go with your manager, offer to split the commission on your first deal. Let them teach you how to start doing it, and you can start taking the courses. Mark this down, ccim.com, ccim.com, and you can mark down the chapter website we meet at the Toronto Real Estate Board. Once we were meeting, right now we're doing webinars. We listen to lawyers and all kinds of wonderful speakers, Zoom meetings and stuff. And the chapter website, you can join for $129. You do not have to be a CCIM, but you can start learning about commercial real estate. And that's how I got started. I got started by joining a chapter and taking the course. And the #1 course that every one of you should take, whether you get your designation or not, is called CI 101. People, I'm just hoping and praying that you're taking notes as we go through here. We're finishing in another 29 minutes. We're done. We're finished, complete. And I'm giving you tips that has helped people make beautiful, wonderful livings for the rest of their life. Make, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 commission checks, even if it's $10,000 commission check. Anything that can help you make some money, that's what I'm helping you to do. Connections by watching the buyers, finding what they want in your marketplace, learning the CI 101 program so that you can analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate. You've got to get that under your belt. And then that way you can show a picture. When you show a property, somebody, you can show them on a piece of paper how they make money. That's powerful. And the earlier you get this course done, the better for you, because now it's going to work for you the rest of your life. So learn about it. You can make another appointment with it. I'm the past president of the chapter, past membership chairman. I'm also past World Conference chairman for the 1999 CCIM International Commercial Real Estate Conference put on by the CCIM Institute out of Chicago. It's a division of the National Association of Realtors. And guess what? The term realtor comes from NAR, the National Association of Realtors. They license it to Canada. That's how come we have the Canadian Real Estate Association. And that's how come you and I are all realtors. It actually comes from NAR in Chicago. And a lot of those courses that you see with the short courses for this, that, and the other thing, they're coming from NAR as well. And you get that little designation that's recognized worldwide. The CIPS designation is another one that every one of you should definitely consider, called Certified International Property Specialist. And that's not fairly easy. You still got to take courses and everything, but dollars and cents wise, it's a lot less than the CCIM one. But the CCIM, they both can help you. They both can help you, okay? All right, let's move on here. Great question, thank you. All right, so that's the homes near me, and people will want to have the ability to press a button no matter where they are in Ontario. And you could be located in Toronto and your customers in London, they can click on homes near me and see all the homes for sale on your website in London if you have this feature working. If you don't have it, give us a call. Don't ever give up your other websites. Have more than one website. Websites are like billboards. I'll give you an example. Here's a website. You can have this one, and theoretically you could have this one. If they're all triggering leads for you, then why not? What you don't have right now, and one of the reasons for today's sessions is to clue you in on how you can work exclusive information and have all of these on your website. Now, people are saying right away, how much does it cost? Is it $300 a month? Is it $300 every 2 months? Or how much is it? Well, if you go to any of our websites, you'll find that is $319 per year to have this stuff working for you if you want it. $319 per year or $40 per month. But today, I do have a special until 12 o'clock midnight tonight, and the special is $240 for 18 months. But there's only one place to get it until 12 o'clock midnight tonight, and that's to kind of try to get you all off the fence. You try to get people selling, you're selling things, and you try to get them to buy. This is my little way of saying, come on, let's get aboard, let's get this stuff kind of rolling, and we're going to do it for $240 for 18 months for you. And what you do, if you want that, you go to a special site. It's the only place you can get it. It's another one of our websites called NREILS.com. And when you go to that particular website, NREILS.com, up comes this website, which you can also do searches if you notice, commercial, business, residential, and database 2 FSBOs. But you click on the join. I clicked on the join, and up it comes, and you'll see right off the bat that you can join for $319 or $240 right here. But directly under that, I've got a little section that will be removed tonight, and it's called Special for Right at Home Realty until May 19th, 2021. It'll get removed at midnight tonight. And then you'll see down here, it's $240 for 18 months. So this section is going to be removed, and it'll just have this section up here. Now, we do have a referral program that if somebody refers you to join ICIWorld and they are a member, that you can join for $240 for the first year if someone refers you. When you become a member, if you refer someone to join, your membership can be reduced from $319 to $240. And if you get more than one person joining that you refer to, we add 3 months onto your membership for each one. So theoretically, you could join for this for now, or like the $240 for 18 months. And theoretically, if you got 4 people to join, we reduce it from $319 renewal to $240. And then we add 3 months on for each of your 4 people you might want to recommend. And then next thing you know, you can actually get 2 years for $240 if you did it that way. Otherwise, it's simply $319 per year to rejoin, and a lot of brokers just do that, and that's fine. It's whatever your choice is. I'm giving you a choice. Now, if you tell someone as a member to join, make sure you tell them that they can join for the first year for $240 as long as they mention your name. Okay, let me just check if there's any extra questions coming in here. Thanks, great, thanks. Okay, very good. All right, and then you make an appointment. There's the orientation, has all the instructions of how to get started. And this is actually my commercial. I've done my commercial. In consideration of me taking the time out to share with you all these different ways to make money, you don't have to join. You can just go to the website and look at the buyers and try to find it and then call that other broker up and go sell it. There's no money paid to us, zero. Where we're making our money is from our members, the member brokers and salespeople of ICIWorld. We are an association of real estate brokers and salespeople. We've been doing this since 1994 successfully. And I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this with everyone. You really only need about a 1 hour, one-on-one little orientation session. We go through it. It's fast-paced during that hour. And then you can print out this orientation, which has all the instructions to make sure that you make money every 90 days. You should be doing a deal every 90 days, or at the very least, triggering a lead that you feel will lead to doing a deal every 90 days. Otherwise, you give us a call, you are missing something, not us. We've been doing this stuff for 25 years. There's 4.6 billion people on the internet, and we've got over 1 million backlinks. We've got over 20 major world websites. We've got 20,000 emails going out a day. It's just tremendous what I'm hearing from everybody. Read the testimonials. There they are up there. You can read them all on your own time. You can be doing the testimonials on your own time right now. Just go to any of our websites, click on testimonials. You can even, anyways, I'm just going to move on right now. And we even have an executive membership corporate VIP card, which gives you thousands of dollars. It could be hundreds and, if I had anybody save more than $1,000, I'm trying to think here. There's certainly several $100s you can save on different things throughout the year if you use the card. But who's renting a car nowadays? Who's traveling? Who's going to a hotel? It's not very useful right now because nobody's doing any of that stuff. But if you buy a laptop, you can save $200. So there's certain things that you can save money on with our VIP card. So make sure that you ask for that. And we're getting low on them. We have to order in a whole new stock because they're going out the door. Actually, we will be mailing this through snail mail. That's how you get that one. Okay, let's get out of here and let's go in how some of these websites can make you money. One of the reasons why it's important to get your customers, and this is a part of a marketing plan, and I'm starting actually at the end of the list. Remember I said there's lists from numbers 1 to 20 where the first 10 are free. I'm starting at the bottom and working backwards because we've covered the first 10 in the session on Monday. Today's session on Wednesday now is covering the second half of that list. And one of the things on that list are the websites, all about websites. Well, let's cover it. This is called the widgets. If somebody comes to your website and they see a regular listing, they can see the address of this MLS listing. And is it possible that they might drive by the property first before calling you? The answer, of course, is yes. In which case, if they do a deal with the other broker, chances are the other broker doesn't even call you back to say thank you. So you have to have it. We back MLS. I've served on MLS committees. It's the best way to sell real estate, and we must have it. And this is the way it should be run, the way that TREB's got it running, the way all the other boards have got it running, and Canadian Real Estate Association and NAR, the way they're running is wonderful. It's good, and it's good for our industry, and it's good for the world. And every sale you do contributes to the GDP of the economy, the gross domestic product, because every time a person buys a house, they have to go and buy fridges and stoves and broadloom and carpeting and drapes and roofing and everything to fix up a house. And that keeps the economy moving big time. Now, what we're doing with exclusive information is doing the same thing. It's giving more choice to the public. Every sale you do is contributing to the GDP of a nation. The only difference we're doing is we're suggesting you don't place the address. That's the only difference. If you place an address, in our opinion, people can go direct to your owners. Now, in the case of MLS, you may not, that's okay, it's a short-term thing and maybe everybody's doing it. But if you don't have a signed listing and somebody goes direct and they can buy it direct, you don't get paid. So there's two reasons why you don't place an address on a piece of information. And the reason is, RICO, number one, you must have the consent of the owner in writing if you're going to give an address to someone. But if you don't place the address, you can network information on ICIWorld. That's what we've been doing for 25 years. Successfully, it's working great. Read the testimonials. Everything from, ma and pa, variety stores, restaurants, everything's getting sold here. And we opened it up to residential information, which there's not as much as there is commercial information. Commercial brokers have been doing it for many, 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 many years, even before the internet. And they're doing it now, even after the internet. And residential is not as much. But in residential, there's people that will tell you, I want to sell my condo, but I don't want to give you a listing. Bingo, you can put that information on here, ask that owner 3 questions. If they say yes, 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 bingo, get it on here. Don't put the address. The problem comes in when somebody calls in, they want to see it. Listen to our previous webinar and it'll tell you that you can make a statement that in this particular case, we could put an agreement in place first, but if you like, we have to put an agreement in place first, but if you like, come to my office on Saturday, I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then on the Friday, you get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing. Talk to your managers about this. Tell them you're trying to do stuff on ICIWorld. You want to know how to handle exclusive listing agreements, 48 hours. I have one broker who's got a 2-hour listing agreement and he sold the property. And that was in Sudbury I forget the name of the lake. I used to go to Laurentian University, and my golly, I get my lakes mixed up. There's Sparrow Lake, that's in Bob Cage, and Doe Lake, and all these other lakes. I get them mixed up. Anyways, even drove my car on it in the wintertime. Anyways, Ontario commercial, mostly exclusive. If somebody comes to your website, or you have a buyer for apartment buildings, you tell people, go to my website, click on Ontario commercial. Now, if you're not getting any calls from your website, is it because of these listings? Here's the apartment buildings. Watch how fast this comes up. Look at that. Before I even finish saying it, it's on the screen. There's 150 apartment buildings literally from $50 million on down. You tell me if this isn't fantastic. 90% of the top ones are not on real estate boards. Down towards the bottom, maybe 75% of them are not on real estate boards. The other 25% are on MLS. So if somebody sees one of these listings on your website and they happen to be interested in maybe one of these ones here, a small sixplex, for instance, in Toronto for $1.5 million, they are going to try to click on that message number. They cannot do it. People, you can be a residential agent. If somebody calls you on a property and you don't want to sell it, and they say, can you help me? You should say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. You are going to get a hold of the broker who's got that listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? And they say, sure. And so therefore, you can do a 5-minute referral. You refer it to them. If the commission in this case is only $60,000, it's probably 75, but say 60. 30,000 goes to the listing broker. 30,000 goes to the selling broker. You would be regarded as the selling broker because you got the buyer from having this on your website. By the way, if you do not have this on your website, you get zero leads from this stuff because you don't have it. The moment you put it on your website, the very next person that sees it, and that's your job. Every one of you has a responsibility to promote your own business to make money. You want to put food on the table? Promote your website. But make sure that you've got one of these here, because here the people cannot click on the listing. It's different from MLS. On MLS, you can see the address. People can go direct. On MLS, you can see the cooperating broker who supplied the information. They could even call them. They might not call you, but you need it anyways to serve the public. You got to have it, MLS. Don't ever get me wrong. It's the best service in the world to market a property. You put it on MLS. They put it on the internet. 32 people have showings. You get 10 offers. It's fantastic. Well, the same way that you can put MLS on the internet, you can now put information on the internet through ICIWorld. And this is what we're reaching out to you to do these webinars and getting out there and getting you to pass this information on to other people. You're the best salespeople that can pass it on to other people and get them using it. And that way, all the information in the world can eventually appear on your website. Remember, this is going to be your website. All this information is going to be on your website. Can you imagine if we had all the information in the world, all the for sale by owners that are in the marketplace? Anyone that says, yeah, I'd like to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing. All of that information can be worked here. I'm talking even VIP condos, assignment sales, pre-construction, even 1, 2, 3 years from now, 2 months from now, it doesn't matter. A property, they saying, come over to my house in the summertime. Once the pandemic is over, I'm going to sell my house, but I don't want to give you a listing right now. Bingo, you can put it on here. And then once you get a signed listing, you put it on MLS within 48 hours. We agree with that 100%. If you have a signed listing on MLS, you must put it on MLS right away. We support that 100%. But if they say, I don't want to give you a listing right now, well, you can network that information. You can get a list. And when people call you and say, if can I have the address? I'd like to drive by and see it. You tell them, well, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I'll show it to you on Saturday. Or when I get the listing signed in a month or two, once they sign it, I'll call you back. You can be one of the first people through the property. So you could be assembling lists of people before you actually get the listing. I think this is wonderful. Brokers are making money with this stuff. A restaurant owner doesn't want to give you a signed listing. You put it on here, restaurant available. You don't say what street it's on or the address. You just say Mississauga area, restaurant, $400,000 making money. Somebody calls you. You don't give them the address. You tell them that you have to put an agreement in place first, but come to my office on Saturday. I'll try to make arrangements for you to see it at 12 o'clock noon. And you go from there. Now, when we talked to a pharmacist and you're a residential agent and you do not want to sell a pharmacy, I can respect that because you're not qualified to do businesses yet. However, You could do a referral to the other broker that's got the buyer. You could call the other broker up and say, listen, I saw your want. I asked a pharmacist in my area and he said, yes, he'd like to sell for $1.2 million. Can I do a referral fee with you, please? That's great. So what you're going to do is take the listing portion of the commission and get 25% of that. So it's a $1.2 million transaction. The commissions can be from 6 to 10%. People, business are getting that. Okay. If it was 10%, that's $100,000, 50,000 to the listing broker, which you would be in this case, and 50,000 to the selling broker. You would be getting 25% of the $50,000. Isn't that wonderful? That's the kind of thing that can be done here very, very nicely. Okay, and that's if you have these listings on your website. Now, up here in exclusive, you should be talking to people. If you're talking to a lawyer, you should ask them, here's another question, you can write it down. Do you know of anyone looking to buy or sell any kind of commercial real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? Do you know of anyone looking to buy or sell real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? Whether it's commercial, farmlands, any kind of development land. Next thing you know, that lawyer might say, well, as a matter of fact, I got 2 clients. One of them, he has a shopping center for $4 million. And bingo, here's what you can do. You can actually click on exclusive, go down to Ontario, whoopsie daisy, go down to Ontario Commercial, and you literally can find any kind of property you want. You can search by keyword on your own website. Look at that. You've got gas stations, you've got hotels, you've got all kinds of properties. You've got restaurants. If I clicked on restaurants and did a search, look at that. You've got this stuff. Right now, you might be laboring. All you've got is MLS, which is wonderful, but you don't have all of these exclusive opportunities that people will really love. How much does it cost? I don't know. Can somebody divide 18 months into 240? Can somebody do that and put the figure in the chat window? I'll come back and look for it in a minute. 240 by 18, because that's really what it costs to do this stuff. Let me do it again. Whoopsie daisy. Here's all the restaurants. There they are. Isn't that amazing? So if you ever go out for dinner with the family, ask to speak to the owner. And then just ask them a question. If I could get you the price you wanted, would you consider selling? And then give them your website. Give them your website and show them how they can see this. This is wonderful. And you watch their eyes light up when they see all of this stuff. Does anybody ever do you have a Popeyes franchise in your area? Why not ask the owner? There's fast food restaurants here. There's pizza places. In this pandemic, pizza places, takeouts are actually making more money. There's a lot of people suffering. I see half the industry suffering, and I see the other half of the industry's got a lot of money. That always has a lot of money and always will. Let's continue on. What else do you have here? Well, residential. I'm going to click on World Residential. And if I was to go down here, I just want to sort the last 3 months listings. You'll see them here, last 3 months, haves and wants. And I'm going to sort them by price and do a quick search and let's see what comes up. It looks like we got properties from $60 million on down here, residential, coming for sale. Look at that. You could be getting clients before you even have a signed listing. Versace style house on Yonge Street. Look at that. Now, 50% of these are MLS. The other 50% are exclusive type properties. Sold, power of sales. Yes, we got power of sales coming in here. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what's going on with residential. Now, normally residential, you'll zero in on an area and you can just go that very, very quickly. It's a very sophisticated database, works for every single area of the world. By the way, look at this. Every area of the world can be doing this right now. So I really like to get the leaders in the industry of every company, of every association. Call us up. Let's find a way that we can have this whole service evolve into real estate boards and let them all take it over. In the meantime, we're going to operate as an independent real estate association, just like classified ads in a newspaper, but we only allow the brokers and members to join. to post their information in what we call our database number 1. But we also have a database number 2, which I'm going to finish off with that because we have about 2 minutes left. By the way, I'm going to play one video right now, which is just kind of a nice tune to stop all my talking and to play something. I'm going to see if I can play this right now. Here we go. I'm going to play this right now. I hope it plays through. Here we go.
Can't hear you, Gary.
Okay, how about now?
Yes, okay.
Okay, and let me see if I can close that window. Okay, so there's another little interesting thing. I can't seem to close that window. Isn't that something? Okay, but can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I don't think you can. It's black right now, isn't it? I think I know what I got to do. Hold on. Show my, oh, there it is. I got it. I found it, people. Thank you. Hang on. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yes. Okay, so we're back. Oh my God, thanks for that. Okay, so we're down to 6 minutes left to finish in this session, and I'm going to cover the FSBO area very quickly because a lot of people don't know about that. I'm going to go to one of our members' websites. Here's Marlena Florio, and she's got the exclusive buttons down here. I'm going to move her website up. And you notice that she has a button here called Canada FSBOs and World FSBOs. I'm going to click on the World FSBOs. And I'm going to show you something very, very interesting. I'm going to click on, say, USA, and I'm going to search the database. And lo and behold, we got 4,000 listings in the United States of the public that has posted information on ICIWorld, but we only have a few members in the United States. But the public is reading all the information big time. Let's go and pick Europe. Look at this. These have all been placed by the public. Wanted, Spain and Portugal, Italy, Ireland, $60 million property in financing, wanted in Bulgaria. Look at hotels and apartments, west coast of Turkey. Like, we've got people coming into our world services left, right, and center, and people have a major announcement. I'll be doing it in the future here. We have a way that our website is coming up in 40 different places of the world instantly. The engineering got completed 2 days ago. I think we might have announced it on Monday. It's that new, that it's the speed of thought. If you can take one of your thoughts, each and every one of you, you have a buyer for something or got a property coming for sale, or you know about something that is for sale, wouldn't it be nice if you could post it on here and reach the industry instantly? And that's exactly what's being done. Exclusives, Canada FSBOs, if I was to click on that, and I was to click on, I don't know, just say Mississauga for the sake of argument, there's a whole bunch of haves and wants for Mississauga coming in from the public. Okay, so it's big time circulation and distribution in the industry going on here. Here's another website. Let's move on to another one. Here's another nice one by Pool Sharma. Now he split them up into residential and commercial. Residential, he's got his regular residential listings that are coming up very nicely with pictures and all of that stuff. But he's also got an exclusive residential button as well. So all of this, you should definitely have pictures and everything that are coming up on your website. And you can see how they all you know, you've got to really have a website with pictures and everything. If you don't have the best tool in the industry, a website, websites are free for 1 month on ICIWorld. So if you become a member, you're going to get a website absolutely free for 1 month. You get to keep it if you want. If you don't want to keep it, you don't have to. After 1 month, it's $19 per month, or it's $199 for the year. If you divide it by 12, works out to $16.50 per month. Let's look at another one here. In this particular case, the little menu button is way over here on the right-hand side. I'm going to just kind of close that window, and you'll see that you can do all kinds of wonderful searches here as well. And there's the exclusive button for, let's just come down here, residential, mostly exclusive. Oh, I was showing the FSBOs. Let's go back to the FSBOs for maybe even the Toronto area. And let's just do it and see what's coming in here. Once you become a member, you can subscribe to receive these listings absolutely free by email. The day that they're put on, you get them the next day. Here they are. There's people that are looking to buy and sell stuff. So if you're looking for leads, here's some of them right here. We'll show you how to approach these people as well. And you'll notice you can't click on them, but members of ICIWorld can click on them. Okay, let's close that. Here's another website. Okay, George Metropolis, there they are. Again, if you go to their menu screen, you'll see that they've got exclusive listings. And you know, there's a lot of people making a lot of money with land nowadays. So you could go to World Commercial, mostly exclusive, and you could actually change the business category to subdivision potential condo townhouse sites. And you could actually sort them by price right there. And you might only want to sort the haves, not the wants. And you might want to do it just for Canada and just Ontario. And then when you do a search, you're going to see all the land pop up, literally 37 pieces of land from $80 million on down. But I'm going to tell you something, people, don't miss this. I'll finish this in the last minute here. All of these gentlemen and ladies that have these pieces of land are a wealth of contacts. Every one of them, just like you know about a lot of people and you know about properties that are not on ICIWorld. This is all about networking and prospecting of the first degree. You'll be making connections with all of these people. I'm going to finish it off now with where we started. I'm going to go back to our PowerPoint, and I'm going to leave this on the screen for 1 minute, and then I'm going to play a short other little jingle to finish it off with. But our instructions before every one of our meetings going forward for the next foreseeable future is included right here. If you could take a picture of this with your camera even, this was going to help you find everything that we've talked about today. Take a picture of this with your camera because you need this free.iciworld.com, 10 free services. If you have that, you're going to be able to follow up on everything that's been done here in one way, shape, or form. The 50.ICIWorld, we have over 2,000 brokers with the websites. There's 50 sample websites there. If you want to listen to this webinar going forward, we will be putting it on YouTube over the next day or two, but you can go to stage.iciworld.com and their upcoming seminars coming up. I'm not going to go into my bio and talk about myself, but you can go read about it there. Basically, I'm a broker. I have a big heart to serve the public. I have a big heart to serve all brokers and salespeople in the industry. I enjoy doing it. Whenever you give me an opportunity to work for you, I thank you very much. We like to help you one-on-one. And I'm going to say thank you for attending today's session. And I'm going to finish off with this right here. And I'm going to stop the recording here in a moment. Just give me 1 moment to finish this off right now.